killed in an Iran has warned that Israel will pay after a senior member of its Revolutionary Guard was killed in an Israeli airstrike in Syria. Razi Mousavi was killed in the Zainabiyah area in the suburbs of the Syrian capital Damascus. He was considered one of the closest IRGC commanders to General Qasem Soleimani, the former Al-Quds leader who was killed in a US drone attack. Let's get more on this from Ali Hashim. He's joining us live from Naqoura in southern Lebanon, a very high-profile figure, Ali. What more are you hearing about the strike?
Well, according to our sources, Razi al-Mousavi came to his Zainabiyah residence after meeting the Iranian ambassador in Damascus. Just a few minutes after his arrival, 3 missiles hit his residence and he was killed immediately. Some of his escorts, his entourage, were injured. But the fact is that Razi al-Mousavi, according to our sources, was subject to 2 assassination attempts during the past years. He was an instrumental figure within the Quds force that was led before by Qasem Soleimani and now by Ismail Qaani, which is part of the IRGC, the Iranian IRGC.
Iran has warned that Israel will pay after a...
All right. So Shalom, first and foremost, all praise and glories unto Yahweh, Ba'ashim Yahushai, Ba'ashim Rachakodash. That belong to our apostles, the bishops, and the elders of the great millstone who teach God and rule well. Greetings, salutations, and much love unto you, hopeful elect out there. Shalom unto you. Hey, Brother Shaquat, with a quick video, just want to tap in on this and what it means for you that may not fully understand what's happening as far as the different wars that are going on, and most importantly, why they're going on. Okay, yeah, there's economic reasons, there's resources and positions on the chessboard, as I like to say, reasons that these things are happening. But more importantly, it's happening because this is that time that the Lord will stir up the earth and deliver his people, okay, out of the hand of the captors, okay? So, matter of fact, I'll start here. All right, this is Deuteronomy chapter 30. I'll start at the top and read down, because basically what we're going to read here, the Most High is going to bring us back, okay, unto himself and return us. And so that means the people that are in that land can't be in that land, and they got to go through Iran and Russia to do it. Okay, which is how do I say it? I almost want to say reincarnation, basically, but of Persia, the Medo-Persian Empire, those that ruled those lands before. All right, but anyway, that's another something. Anyway, this is Deuteronomy 30:1. It says, "And it shall come to pass when all these things are come upon thee, the blessing and the curse, which I have set before thee, and thou shalt call them to mind among all nations." Okay, whether the Lord Yahweh thy power have driven thee. And that's us waking up to that. Okay. Now, wait a minute. We might actually be the real people of the Lord. It says, "And shall return unto the Lord Yahweh thy power." And part of returning is knowing the true name, the proper names of Yahweh and his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, the Hamashiach. Okay. You got to know their full proper name as well as the title, you know, the blessing the Holy Spirit is upon, okay? Anyway, it says here, "And thou shalt return unto the Lord Yahweh thy power, and thou shalt obey his voice according to all that I command thee this day, thou and thy children with all thine heart and with all thy soul," right? The way it was intended. But now we practice it through faith. It says, "And that then the Lord Yahweh thy power will turn thy captivity and have compassion on thee, and will return and gather thee from all nations, whether the Lord Yahweh thy power have scattered thee." Right? That was in the curses back in the 28th chapter. It says, "If any of thine be driven out, okay, in most parts of heaven, from thence will the Lord Yahweh thy power gather thee, and from thence will he fetch thee." Okay, meaning we're going to be rescued, and there's chariots that'll rescue us. Okay, look into a chariot if you don't know in these videos, okay? Anyway, it says, and the Lord thy power will bring thee into the land which thy fathers possessed, the land of Israel, and thou shalt possess it, and he will do thee good and multiply thee above thy fathers. Okay, our forefathers. So, and the Lord thy power, Yahweh, will circumcise thine heart, our minds, and get us out of that flesh and have us directly tapped into the righteous spirit, his righteous spirit. All right, that's when the second covenant will be perfect to the law. Okay, and have power. It says, in the heart of thy seed to love the Lord Yahweh thy power with all thine heart and with all thy soul, that thou mayest live. Right. And it goes on to say, you're gonna put those curses upon the heathen, but that's the return right there. So this is Luke 21. It says, verse, speaking to his disciples. Okay, but I'll go straight to the point. And it says, verse 7, and they asked him, saying, Master, but when shall these things be, and what sign will there be when these things shall come to pass? Okay, when we get rescued, when the times get turned around, it says, and he said, take heed that ye be not deceived, for many shall come in my name, saying, I am the anointed, and that the time draw nearer. And the time draw near, go ye not therefore after them. But when ye shall hear of wars and commotions, okay, we're talking about war. That's an act of war. That's twice that those commanders, Soleimani as well as this guy, has been taken down. Okay, that's 2 times. So now they're like, nah, man. And it's all kicked off because Israel's over there doing their thing, trying to cleanse that land of all the former people that lived there. All right. It says, but when you shall hear of wars and rumors and commotions, be not terrified, for these things must come to pass, but the end is not by and by. Then he said unto them, nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and great earthquakes shall be in diverse places, and famines, right, and pestilences, right, and fearful sights and great signs shall there be from heaven. Okay, and it goes on he went in depth to them, particularly how he broke this down. It's not given unto them to know the mysteries of the kingdom of heaven, but it's given unto you. Okay? And when we break these things down to you, this is all to prepare you spiritually and, and mentally about the times that we're coming into that day. This is the time we're talking about. This ain't it itself, but it's going to get real bad. It's already getting turned up now, but it's going to go to 0 to 100 real quick, right? It says, let's go to Jeremiah 50. See what else I want to grab. I go straight to 44. It says, behold, he shall come up like a lion from the swelling of Jordan unto the habitation of the strong, but I will make them suddenly run away from her. And who is a chosen man that I may appoint her over her? For who is like me, and who will appoint me the time? And who is that shepherd that will stand before me? Therefore hear ye the counsel of the Lord Yahweh, that he hath taken against Babylon and his purposes, and that he hath proposed against the land of the Chaldeans. He set this up this way, okay, for that to be taken down, and this over here to be taken down particularly. Okay, certain places in the earth he set up, okay, and he's describing basically the Fertile Crescent or the Garden of Eden over there that we're supposed to be in possession of and running it over there from the central hub, all right? The land of Israel over there, all right? That's why there's always been turmoil over there, because we're not over there living the righteous way, okay, ruling amongst all nations. Okay, anyway, it says, therefore heed ye the counsel of the Lord Yahweh, and that he had taken against Babylon. And it's not ancient Babylon. This is referring to modern day Babylon. Okay. It's that region over there. Okay. But it is more so referring to this place also being taken down. Okay. He divides that this place shall be taken down. How do you know? Because it describes Babylon being destroyed forever. When it was being prophesied in the time of the ancient Babylonians, when Jeremiah was prophesying this, in its context of that time, he was, that land is still standing. That land is still inhabited. This will be the land that's uninhabited forever. All right. It says, have taken against Babylon and his purposes, right? And that he had purposed against the land of the Chaldeans. Surely the least of the flock shall draw them out. Surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them. Okay, and we know that to be Amalek, man, the least of the flock. Okay, of the Edomites. So they're gonna be taken out, man, because they're at the top of the totem pole. If you look at it that way, the food chain, whatever you want to call it, the pyramid, they're at the very peak. Okay, that 1%, that Illuminati and all the other names that they carry for themselves. Okay, they make up the elite 13 banking families and all that secret conspiracy stuff. I didn't say theory, right? All of that stuff. Hey, man, they got to be taken down. Okay, because they're setting up everything to keep the birthright 100% for the rest of eternity if they can with their technology, science, and witchcraft. Okay, but the Lord has it that He's gonna take it down according to the prophecy, right? It says, "At the noise of the taking of Babylon, the earth is moved, and the cry is heard among the nations." Okay, and this will be heard. And how do you know? I'll show you. Okay, so this is Revelation 18. I'll skip all of this. Okay, you can read that. I'm gonna go straight to the point. In 10, it says, "Standing afar off, for the fear of her torment, saying, Alas, alas, that great city Babylon, that mighty city, for in 1 hour is thy judgment come." And we know that didn't happen that way with the ancient Babylonians. The Persians and the Medes took down the ancient Babylonians. Okay, so see how the Persians and the Medes are going to take them down again? Okay, the Medes ruled the land of Gog, all right, and Magog, okay, which, then it said the people shall see it, right? And the merchants of the earth shall weep and mourn over her, for no man buyeth their merchandise anymore. When I jump down, 15, it says, "The merchants of these things which were made rich by her shall stand far off for the fear of her torment, weeping and wailing, and saying, Alas, alas, the great city that was clothed in fine linen and purple and scarlet and decked with gold and precious stones and pearls." Talking about America, man. This was the highest. It seemed like the country that with all its different ways in the earth, it was most exalted, man. Okay, and it was exalted probably just as nearly as high as the ancient Roman Empire, because this is an extension of the ancient Roman Empire. All right, more stout, yet not as great in power. All right. But they trying to take the whole earth right now, right? So from there, let's go to Ezekiel 38, straight to the point. All right, matter of fact, start at 2. It says, "Son of man, set thy face against Gog in the land of Magog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and prophesy against him, saying," let's jump down because I read it. Verse 3 says, "And say, Thus saith the Lord Yahweh power, Behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws," meaning I will completely control you. And that's what he's doing with the power of Russia over there. Okay? Having him grab all stuff back up, taking his own land back, trying to get Crimea back. Ukraine, he's trying to figure out how he wants to figure out that region. Okay, I think Ukraine is probably just a buffer zone for anybody try to roll up through there. I don't know. I would treat it that way as well. But hey, it says, And all thine army, horses and horsemen, all clothed with all sorts of armor, right? They got all kinds of weapons, military weapons. That's what it's talking about. It says, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. All right, talking about the military power. It says Persia, which we know that to be the land of Iran, Ethiopia and Libya. Okay, with them, all of them with shield and helmet. Gomer, which is Turkey, that whole region, that whole Fertile Crescent region is up there. Okay, it says, in his bands, the house of Togomar in the north quarters, right, and all his bands and many people with thee. Okay, it said, be thou prepared and prepare for thyself, thou and all thy company that are assembled unto thee, and be thou guard unto them. Okay, and how are they really establishing that? They're trying to establish it with the main powers in the region. That's what you see with the BRICS. Different regions of the earth that kind of control that continent. They're trying to strategically pick up them countries, man. Okay, and that's what you see. And what's that set up against NATO, man? Which is the beast in the EU. That's the beast. All right. Our 2nd Ezra 16. I'm starting 1. It says, woe be unto thee, Babylon and Asia. Woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. Right? It says, gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair, and bewail your children, and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. And I heard, I don't remember where the article's at, but I did glance over it. Read a headline and maybe the front page. But it was saying how other countries are, I think Russia, maybe even China or Korea, something like that. I think some of those were saying that they were encouraging their women to have children, you know, because they're about to lose a bunch. Not saying that that's directly, but that's what it leads to, because they know they're about to go to war. And you got to build up your children while the men are here, because the men are leaving to fight. Okay, and they need somebody to live on, you know. So, bewail your children, man. And over here in America, that's the only place where they're not thinking about it. Matter of fact, let me grab this other video, because this fits beautifully into this. It's like I can't find it, but I forgot who it was. Somebody talking to Steven Seagal, and they said, you know what their children are teaching? While we're on TikTok and all these other social medias and video games, they're teaching the first 2 years of school was jab cross, you know, and then before 2 years before they even taught the hook. So it's in their schooling how to fight. Is in their schooling. They're teaching, they're growing up men to be warriors, you know, boys to become men that are warriors. This is what the other nations are doing. Why? Because they feel threatened by what the power that you've gained, and they're tired of you bullying the world. Okay, so let's go to this right. Joel 3 verse 9. It says, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men, let all the men of war draw near, let them come up, beat your plowshares into swords. You see the change in a lot of what these countries are known for, going from agriculture or making certain products and goods from their country. You know, in America, come and buy fruits and vegetables and things like that from you. You know, and now you're putting all that energy into to war, okay, to making your military stronger. It says, beat your plowshares into swords and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Okay, and that uprising is what's happening against you in this earth. And Amalek's the problem, man. Okay, ruling from the central location of the earth, the Holy Land, which is actually ours, man. Okay, the ones that nobody cares about, man. Us, the refugees, man. That's us. I hate to use that word, but that's us, man. Israel scattered amongst the four corners of the earth. Okay, living in the worst conditions. All right, so this is a sign of us getting up out of here. I jump down. Okay. And if you look at the condition of the earth, we know it's ripe and perfect. Okay, for a great judgment. When you read into this chapter, you can pull some of that out of there. Okay, showing you that the earth is just as it says, the fats overflow. Man, it's ready. Verse 13: Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come and get you down, For the press is full, the fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Okay, said that back in Second Ezra 15, verse 6. For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and their hurtful works are fulfilled. Okay, verse 8. I will hold my tongue no more as touching their wickedness, for they which they profanely commit, neither will I suffer them in those things which they wickedly exercise themselves. Behold, the innocent and the righteous blood crieth unto me. The elect are still crying out. All right. Unto me, and the souls of the just complain continually. All right, going back to the 16th chapter, it says, gird up yourselves with sackcloth and sack, and with cloths of sack and hair, bewail your children and be sorry, for your destruction is at hand. And that's us, man, trying to repent. Okay? That's the elect trying to repent. All right? Warning the rest of the earth and prophesying to the rest of the earth. You know, the men teachers, man. Okay? Of that elect. Anyway, it says, a sword is sent among you, who may turn it back? A fire is sent among you, and who may quench it? So, Iran making that bold statement, okay, it wasn't that bold, man. It's in prophecy. Okay, because they got to shoot them off at each other to get this really popping. All right. When you look into it, it says, a fire is sent among you, who may quench it? Okay. Verse 7, may one turn again the arrow that is shot of a strong archer? Speaking of the missiles, man. Okay, and that's how war is done now. Drones and different things, but it's always 3 rockets. It's a projectile. It's not the hitman coming in like that anymore like it used to be. And I'll close on that one. Okay, this is Isaiah chapter 9, verse 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood. It was more of hand-to-hand combat. Arrows, short range. Now it's long range intercontinental ballistic missiles, okay, are out there now. It says, and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. Okay, so that lake of fire is this Babylon being destroyed, as well as that land over there. Got to be cleansed by the blood that shed blood over there. Okay, it has to be shed over there as well. So these things got to happen in the earth, man. Okay, we're just preparing ourselves, watching these prophecies that this should be coming, man, and arming ourselves and sit back and watch the show or call the play-by-play. All right, so with that, I'm going to close, giving all praise and glory. Praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rachak Wadash. Lord willing, this was edifying. To the next one, say shalom.